Yo, what's up? It's your boy George coming back with another bullish video. And if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. And if you're returning, you're an OG. And today, I'm going to be talking about internet computer, what I believe is the most undervalued crypto in the market. And right now, we're currently at a price of $5.85. And we're just a bit over the 3 billion market cap. And we're going to take a look at Bitcoin and the dominance right now. So Bitcoin's at around 119K and the fear and greed is at 67 and the altcoin season is at 43. So that slightly went down. And we're going to start here on X. And I have something from Robert Kiyosaki. He's the writer of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Do you have a 401k or IRA filled with stocks? Do you know investment legends Warren Buffett and Jim Rogers have sold most of it, not all of their stocks and bonds? They are both in cash or silver. If you do not know why Buffett and Rogers have sold their stocks and bonds, you may want to find out. I sit tight with gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Good luck. We may be on the brink of another 1929 crash and another Great Depression. America's debt is out of control. America is the world's biggest debtor nation in history. You can only print money to pay your bills for so long. Please take care and do your own research. So just remember, the dollar is not that strong, you guys. But on to the next post. And we got something from the man himself, the man with the plan, Dom ICP. And it says, caffeine and ICP self-writing internet progress. And it says 1, more access codes / great feedback. 2, low cost data, mass file storage coming. 3, Motoko EOP 2.0, insane advance for AI. 4, stability, fixes scaling. The beast must be released as soon as possible. More. So you guys heard the man with the plan. Do not sleep on ICP, you guys. There's so much going on in the world, but the last thing you want to do is sleep on ICP. And this is not financial advice. So now we got something from Neil Hillman. And he said, alert. ICP just processed over 28 million on-chain transactions in a single day, the highest in blockchain history. This isn't L2 noise or vote spam. It's real computation fully on-chain. What makes this unique? Smart contracts with compute. ICP runs full-stack applications entirely on-chain, not just token transfers or DeFi contracts. Front-end, back-end, database, and logic all live inside Canister smart contract containers. No AWS, no L2s, no oracles. Web3 on ICP doesn't outsource. It doesn't fake decentralization. Everything runs natively inside the protocol. And then it says 28 million plus transactions a day, driven by canister to canister smart contract calls. Autonomous agents, dApps like OpenChat, Discover, Helix, Hot or Not, etc. caffeineai and automation services. Token transfers, updates, cycles billing. ICP is not just financial plumbing, it's decentralized cloud compute. And then tokenomics in motion. So more than 93,000 ICP a day being burned via real usage. 1.17 million ICP a month minted to reward node providers. Net demand growing as dApp load scales. Staked ICP. Locked for governance, reducing float. The discrepancy. Despite being the most scalable and fully on-chain L1, ICP trades are under $10. Meanwhile, chains with lower throughput, off-chain dependencies, centralized RPCs, hype over substance, often command 10x, 20x the market cap. Where this is going. If the market catches up to what's happening, $20 to $30, fair adjustment to run to load for load and burn. And then we got $60 to $85. If dApp revenue and adoption mirror real cloud compute demand, then we got 500 plus. if ICP becomes the back end for AI for Web3 AI, hosting autonomous agents and in zero infra dApps at scale. That's not hopium. It's math, bandwidth, and architecture. And then we got the brain, TLDR. ICP processes more daily transactions than any chain. It's only L1 hosting full Web3 apps entirely on chain. Real usage equals real burn equals undervalued. ICP isn't behind, it's the benchmark. Want a version for LinkedIn, a Twitter thread, or a chart pack breakdown next? The new standard is here, and it's ICP. ICP is inevitable. This is Web3 infrastructure built for the next billion users, not just DeFi and memes. Measured, scalable, proven, quantum proof. ICP is what blockchain was meant to be. Let's go. And who wrote that? My guy, Neil Hillman. Good one, Neil Hillman. Good one, man. So on to the next post. And we got something from IC Terminal. And it says ICP transfer count spikes, volume steady. The number of daily transfers surged to 196,684, the highest on record this year, while total volume remained within the normal range at approximately 3.7 million ICP. So just know, we have a lot of active users, you guys. Everything is going up. Don't sleep on ICP. Okay, let's see what we got next. Now we got something from Anthony Pompliano. Not only were the tariffs not inflationary, but they also seem to be forced every country to collectively invest trillions of dollars in America. The experts were wrong once again. We're going to see how all of that's going to play out, you guys. We are going to see. And now I have something from Crypto Beast. And it says, markets seem like it's ready to make a major move. ICP has to make its move soon. 568 is way undervalued. A major jump up has to come soon. At some point in crypto, price has to catch up to tech. Now's the time. You guys heard that. We just got to be patient, y'all. The time is going to come, you guys. Everything's going to line up. You're going to be happy if you stay patient. So I have something from Whale Guru, and it says, the most important moment for crypto. Ethereum is testing a 4-year resistance. If it breaks, biggest bull run in history begins. So just remember, we got to be on the lookout for Ethereum. Ethereum is the leader of all the altcoins. Remember that. Okay, you guys, now I have a post from Mad Monkey. It says utopia on ICP is exactly what AI-powered world needs. Trustless, sovereign, and unstoppable. And he's replying to Kurt, and it says the future of AI needs a new internet. Enter utopia by Definity. Tamper-proof, sovereign, AI-secured, serverless. Governments are already piloting it. The public web is next. Okay, so you heard what he said. Do not sleep on ICP, you guys. And now we got something from Altcoin Daily, and it says, Cardano founder says, if you hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, AVAX, Binance, or Brave, you will receive the largest airdrop ever. BNB. And I'm just going to put this in 1.5.
So here's what we're going to do with Midnight, launching soon.
And this is Charles Hoskinson, who I think is one of the biggest haters in crypto.
We're going to do a token drop, airdrop. It's called Glacier Drop, brand new distribution mechanism. And if you hold Bitcoin, Ether, Cardano, XRP, if you hold Avalanche, BNB, if you hold Brave, because we like the bats people, if you hold any of these ecosystems.
He really a hater. Of course he wouldn't say ICP.
You already have it. Congratulations. It's for free. Just airdrop it to 37 million accounts. And you can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. You can ignore it, put it in the corner like a lonely dog. You can sell it, you can burn it, you can say, I really hate that Charles Hoskinson guy, so I'm just going to find a way to weaponize it against him. I don't give a shit. It's yours, it's your property. Anybody
Man, we're going to see what happens with that.
can take it. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring the entire industry together. It's going to bring all the people together. And it's going to give them a new way of thinking about things. The other magical part of it is the dual tokenomics model that we have. The idea of having a token and a capacity unit, which means that you can pay in any asset you want and just works.
Bro talking about a new way to look at things, man. ICP is a new way to look at things. And he's talking about like all this stuff, everything the ICP is doing, man. Sorry, Charles. So now I got something from Will Baxter, and it says, Bitcoin is a scam. This is just one of the many misconceptions the average person has about Bitcoin. The 7 most common ones are busted below so that you can be ready for the next time you are in a related conversation. Let's just read the little quick quotes. It says, Bitcoin isn't backed by anything. Ugh. And it says, Bitcoin is a bubble that will eventually pop. Bitcoin is open source, so anyone can copy it. Bitcoin is too volatile to be useful. Bitcoin is only used by criminals. Bitcoin uses too much electricity and destroys the environment. Bitcoin is the same as other cryptocurrencies. All right. And then the last one, it says, most of the misconceptions about Bitcoin would be erased if people understood what money is. So all I could say about this post is this is why I'm so interested in ICP, because Bitcoin is digital gold, but everybody knows this used to be used on the dark web. And there's just a lot of things about Bitcoin that I'm still invested into Bitcoin, but I'm not going to be putting too much money in when we have a whole decentralized internet right here with a way lower market cap, y'all. Come on, you got to think logically, y'all. All right. So now we got something from Well Guru, and it says, breaking. White House officials just said Bitcoin will go to 20 trillion market cap. And we're going to see about that, y'all. The adoption is definitely picking up. But like I said, if you pay attention to market caps, we got to see like how much more can Bitcoin's market cap go up? Because I believe it could reach the million, but I don't know about this year. So now we got something from Anthony Pompliano. We are the United States of America, and people really thought other countries weren't going to give us better trade deals if we demanded them. Ridiculous. Okay. So Anthony Pompliano basically saying that the U.S. ain't playing. What we say goes. And we're going to see about that. I don't think BRICS really likes that. Man, and as y'all can see, I don't know what's going on with my computer today. It's all over the place, y'all. All right, my bad. Let me get back to where I need to go. This done took me all the way down, bro. Okay. All right, now we got something from Documenting Sailor, and it says CZ sold his apartment for 1,500 Bitcoin in 2014. Today, the apartment's worth 1.5 million, and the Bitcoin over 170 million. So CZ made the smart move, and let's see if the ICP holders will be the next smart move makers. Now we got something from Incognito. It said, Cindy Sweeney joins Dfinity Foundation as ecosystem intern. And see, that's Cindy Sweeney. So we getting some girls on the team. So we're going to see if that has any effect on the price. So now we got something for Vivek saying, honestly, I feel like this is fake, but we're going to see. And we got something from Vivek Sen. 5 billion real estate giant Grant Cardone is looking to buy 1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Here we go. You guys see that? Grant Cardone is not playing. Let me see something. We gonna see. And I don't know about that Cindy Sweeney stuff, but we gonna see. Now we got something from ICP Simp. Let's go. And it says, everyone hyped about real world assets, RWAs on blockchains, gold, real estate, identity, etc. But here's the question no one's answering. Where's the actual data stored? On most blockchains, asset data equals off-chain. Metadata equals stored on IPFS or AWS. Ownership equals maybe on chain. Centralized risk means no guarantees, not truly Web3. On ICP, asset logic, metadata, and records stored entirely on chain. Up to 500 gigabytes per canister, smart contracts. No AWS, no IPFS, no external servers. Chain key cryptography ties digital tokens to real world value without bridges or custodians. Reverse gas models. Users pay zero in fees. You can't own a gold backed token if it disappears when Amazon goes down. You can't claim decentralization while hosting assets data on Web 2. ICP fixes that. Not your keys, not your crypto, not your data, not your RWA. Own the keys. Build on ICP. Own the future. Remember that. This is the future. And let's see what the photo says. So on the left hand, it says ICP, asset logic, metadata, and records stored entirely on chain, up to 500 gigabytes per smart contract. Most blockchains, asset data off chain, metadata is IPFS or AWS. So just remember that we're not relying on centralized servers. That's a really big thing, and I think that's a really big paradigm that we're going to have to remember going into this bull market. So next post, we got something from Kyron, and it says, the ICP thesis is dead simple. They're rebuilding internet infrastructure from scratch. Infrastructure that's self-hosted. AI models entirely run on chain. Native storage and messaging. No AWS, no gas, no bridges. It's titled the internet computer for a reason, right? Like, come on. Make it make sense. And then Motoko commented, ICP is a no BS crypto project. And we got to give it to no BS crypto. He's definitely giving ICP the light that it needs. So thank you, no BS crypto. And thank you to anyone else that gives ICP the light it needs. Because a lot of people don't understand the market. People are barely understanding Bitcoin. But we got a post from I don't know, man. And it says, it's a joke that ICP is less than $6 right now. It's at rank 38, not even top 20. No wonder the masses are missing this. If this is your first bull run, well, too bad. But if this is your second bull run and you miss ICP, that is just disappointing, right? That means you don't know anything, right? But it's all good, you know? You win some, you lose some, right? Now we got something from Sahil Bloom, and it says, my most important rule for life, note to self. And this is some real stuff right here. Don't complain about anything. If it's within your control, go and do something about it. If it's not, you're just wasting energy thinking about it. Complaining gives too much power to the thing. Take back that power. Do not complain, you guys. It's not worth it. Not worth it, y'all. Trust me. So on to the next post from Coin Bureau. And it says, Powell admits Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin is like gold. It's digital gold, says Fed Chair Powell. Okay, and you guys ready? Let's go.
People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital. People are not using it as a form of payment or as a store of value. It's highly volatile. It's not a competitor for the dollar. It's really a competitor for gold. People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right?
Jerome Powell funny. And that's the Utopia website. So we're going to come back to that. And let's go. Jerome Powell network. We got to see how Jerome Powell looking. 4.7 and 55 million. All right. So if we're going to do an average between 4 and 50, probably in like the 25 to 30 million. So he got some money. So don't sleep. Just know these people with money, they're starting to realize that they need to get some Bitcoin. So now we got something from the Kobezy letter. Breaking. The U.S. and China have agreed to extend their tariff pause for another 90 days. So just know, if you want to buy something from China, you bet you got 90 days. Now I'm just kidding, but just be aware of that, you guys. Be aware of that. So now we got something from No BS Crypto, and it says another exciting month for Web3's wrapping up. Here's some highlights from our favorite projects over the course of July. And it says ICP. And I'm going to read it from the photo right here. It says, Dfinity hosts the first ever Caffeine AI hackathon with 240 plus apps built. For Ondo, acquires FINRA regulated ATS Oasis Pro. Hedera used a tokenized collateral trade with Aberdeen and Lloyd Bank. Canary Capital files a S1 for a staked ENG ETF. Render Jules Urbic confirmed speaking at NVIDIA RTX Rendering Day. So you see that's some good stuff going on right now with the Web3 world. But just remember who the leader of Web3 is, you guys. Don't forget that. So now we got something from Moses, and let's see what it says. It says, some people will sell at the bottom and end up buying back at the top. If you truly believe in a project, the smartest move is to hold, right? Just hold and keep buying then, you get me? Or hold and keep buying, friend. You funny for that. But you see this, right? These are all the other cryptos at the starting line. As you can see, ICP is starting way behind because something's holding us back. But it's all right. The more they pull us back, they don't realize that we have a rubber band behind us. We have an elastic band behind us that's going to boost us way ahead of half of these cryptos on the list right here. But don't worry, y'all. Don't sleep, y'all. Just be awake or you're going to be woken up when the things happen. So now we got something from Core. It says ICP is waking up. ICP isn't just another crypto. It's a next-gen internet revolution. While others are chasing pumps, ICP is building the future. Blazing fast, fully on-chain, unstoppable tech. Blazing fast, fully on-chain, unstoppable tech. And you see the photo. It says ICP Infinity, and it says the powerful ecosystem. Just remember that we have so much that we offer within this project. And now we got something from Mike Acrylic Artwork. And it says, listen up, mortals. You funny, bro. It says, if you like ICP, this is the best thing you'll read all day. I asked Grok to list blockchains that could run and host AI models in preference to itself. First answer, ICP. He says, please repose for awareness. Let's see if this is the best thing I read all day. And this is the question. Let's see what the answer says. It says, ICP developed by Dfinity is designed for high performance decentralized computing and has demonstrated. All right. So we don't get to see the rest. But as you can see, the ChatGPT and all these different LLMs, I'm telling you, you guys, they give everyone a different answer. And I tested it out today because I asked my phone first, what is the best 3 investments for this bull run that has the most upside? Why it tell me Ethereum, Solana, and ICP, right? And then I looked it up on my girl's phone and it told her Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So it's telling me ICP because it knows I know about ICP. But when other people are asking, it's not telling other people about ICP. So this is another thing. When they start running AI on chain, they need to make sure that it's giving everybody like the same answers across the board. Because you feel me? I can't put something and get a different answer than you because it's basically tailoring something to make someone happy. Like me and my brother one time, I told him the Lexus is more dependable than this certain Honda that he liked. I looked it up. It said the Lexus was more dependable. He looked it up. It said the Honda was more dependable. And it basically said it in a way to basically be like not too diplomatic. Like, oh, well, like, come on. Y'all playing with me, man. Y'all playing with me. All right, but my bad, y'all. That was a little off topic. But now on to the Wolf of all streets. And it says this is all we need to avoid this cycle. So listen up, you guys.
All we really need to avoid with this cycle is some insane blow up that makes people sort of want to run away from crypto forever. And,
See, talking about all this stuff, that's what's going to happen with the centralized servers.
look, the best down cycle that we can imagine is one where, retail never fully gets in this time and, gets a little bit bored again because things get boring. And, what we're left with is every institution in the world offering every type of crypto product. And it's just as normal as can be. And that's sort of where things are headed right now, is just the complete and utter boring normalization of everything.
We do need that. And then we need people to start understanding the new paradigm of a self-writing internet. But now we got something from Unusual Wells, and it says 55% of Americans say they would need to make 200K or more to feel rich or financially free. And 39% say they would need to make 500K or more per bank rate. What would make you feel financially free? What would make y'all feel financially free? You think the 200K would be enough? Or you feel like you at least need the 500K or more? I'm going to say I could do it with the 200K. I know how to flip money, but hey, the 500K wouldn't hurt, right? And now we got a back-to-back from Unusual Wells. It says Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says every Fortune 500 company will adopt crypto stablecoins. Let's see what he's saying. And I'm gonna speed this up. Let's see. Boom. Shit not allowing me to speed up. All right, it's cool.
We're going to see the Fortune 500 really start to adopt stablecoins. We've started to see this a little bit already, even with the news that this was, going to pass in the near future. Coinbase just launched an integration with Shopify, for instance.
We already know all of these CEOs, all of these big banks, they're going to have to accept cryptocurrency.
And we've seen announcements from Walmart and Amazon, and almost every Fortune 500 company is now coming in and starting to look at stablecoin payments. And so this is a big opportunity for us. It's a TAM expansion for our business, and we think that we can provide these wallets and payment APIs for really the whole financial system and every company eventually.
Yeah, and is it?
We're going to see the Fortune 500.
Bro got the same bald head as the homie. I mess with him though. So now we got something from Unusual Wells. And it says, just in, bomb squad investing package at White House per AP. So be aware. Be aware, y'all. And we got one more from Unusual Wells. And it says, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang on winning the AI race. America's unique advantage that no country could possibly have is President Trump. So people are saying that President Trump doing his stuff for the economy. I'm not going to lie, right now, he's not looking too bad, in my opinion, but we got to see what happens in these 4 years.
As a CEO of a global company, what do you see are America's unique advantages that other countries don't have?
America's unique advantage that no country possibly have is President Trump. And
we got to give it to Donald Trump. He is a businessman to the core.
Let me explain why. One, on the first day of his administration, he realized the importance of AI, and he realized the importance of energy. For the last, I don't know how many years, energy production was vilified, if you guys remember.
Yeah.
We can't create new industries.
Remember, ICP can play a big role in everything that's being talked about right now.
Without energy. You can't reshore manufacturing without energy. You can't sustain a brand new industry like artificial intelligence without energy. If we decide as a country the only thing we want is IP, to be an IP only, a services only country, then we don't need much energy.
We need AI on chain.
But if we want to produce things, something as vital as artificial intelligence, then we need energy. And so I'm
AI
just delighted to see to accelerate AI innovation, to accelerate the growth of energy so that we can sustain this new industry and go after the new industrial revolution.
As a CEO,
So as you can see, they are going after the new industrial revolution. And in my opinion, internet computer is going to play a big part. Just don't sleep, y'all. You're going to be woken up. And I'm going to be there to let you know that you got woken up finally. So now we got another one from Unusual Wells. And it says, Jim Cramer says he wants to own Bitcoin and Ethereum for his kids. So think about that. People are thinking of passing their cryptos down from generation to generation. So imagine in 2102, your kids have some Bitcoin. Your kids have some ICP. If the world doesn't go to complete SHIT, then you're going to be up. You're going to be happy. So just think about that. You got to think about the future, you feel me? So let's hear what he said.
Own some as a hedge against the $8 trillion. They want to own a debt. They want to own it for their kids. And you know who else feels that way? Me. I don't want that debt.
He said, me.
My kids, I'm worried about my kids. Worried about your kids? 38 trillion.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
We all do,
So then
in so many different ways.
Why don't you buy some Bitcoin or buy some ETH?
You see how they don't even say ICP yet, but ICP is the cryptocurrency that's doing what blockchain is supposed to do. But nobody's going to say anything about ICP. It's okay, though. So now we got something from Zero Hedge. And listen to this one. It says data centers will represent between 6.7 on the low end and 12% on the high end of all U.S. energy use by 2028. A difference of 255 terawatt hours of energy, equivalent to the energy consumption of over 24 million households. Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. So you guys see that. You guys see that. And this is why they say energy is so important. Energy is important. Remember that. So now we got something from Howard Lutnick. And it says, President Trump unlocked one of the biggest economies in the world. The European Union is going to open its $20 trillion market and completely accept our auto and industrial standards for the first time ever. In addition, it will purchase $750 billion in energy from us and invest $600 billion in America. Our tariff will be set at 15% across the border. Today is a historic day for U.S. trade and will strengthen our relationship with the European Union for decades to come. So just remember that, you guys. It's a lot going on right now. And then this is an article, but basically what it's saying is from Zero Hedge. Bezos dumps $5.7 billion in Amazon stocks. Now CNBC buyout rumors swirl. So why would he be dumping $5.7 billion? And why would Warren Buffett and all of these different huge investors be selling? Maybe it's because, like they're saying, the dollar is weakening. We owe a lot of money. And also because of Bitcoin. These guys are investors. They're looking for returns, right? So now we got something from Party Hats. Let's go. And it says, bros, stop thinking about ICP. Come have a drink with us. Me, all right. And the drink, it's a ICP Highland Single Malt Scotch Whiskey from 10/5/2021. Do you believe? It says rich, spicy, decentralized. Ha, good one, bro. Okay, on to the next post from ICP Insider. And it says Ethereum has smart contracts. ICP has canisters. Smart contracts on steroids. Scalable like microservices. Hosted front end plus back end. Run async functions. Store gigabytes of data. Can self-upgrade. Pay gas for users. Now add caffeineai to the mix. Build full stack dApps visually. Deploy straight to canister. No AWS, no GitHub, no infrastructure headaches. Just click, ship, on chain. Imagine building an entire Web3 platform, front end plus back end, in hours, not weeks. That's what happens when ICP's tech meets caffeineai simplicity. Welcome to zero infrastructure, gasless Web3. Hey, don't sleep on that, y'all. Right now, everybody's talking about, oh, Solana, oh, Ethereum. All right. We're going to see if on-chain means anything soon, because I believe it does, you guys. And I believe people who actually understand crypto and has been around for more than one bull run understands the importance of ICP and how it's the biggest innovation out right now in the market. So this is from Woo Blockchain, and it says CZ. My cellmate was a double murderer in video source Anthony Pompliano's podcast. And it says CZ was accused of failing to establish an effective anti-money laundering compliance system, resulting in Binance being fined $4.3 billion. He was sentenced to 4 months in prison for violating the U.S. Bank Secrecy Act, BSA. In an interview on Anthony Pompliano's podcast, CZ shared details of his prison experience, revealing that his first cellmate was a double murderer who had served 18 years and was downgraded to a low security facility due to good behavior. Despite the shocking background, CD described him as actually quite chill. I mean, yeah, just because he murdered someone doesn't mean he's a bad guy. We don't know the backstory, but let's see.
But my first cellmate was a double murder. He was serving a 30-year sentence. He did
And I'm gonna speed this up, you guys.
18 years. They grouped people by ethnicity. So they grouped the Asians together with the Pacific Islanders, together with Native Americans into one group, one car. This way, they organized by ethnicities to avoid violence. Now, if you hang out with your people of your same ethnicity, usually the same culture, there's less clashes. So I was sent to say, okay, this is your roommate. And
Damn, they threw bro right in the Asian cell. I mean, it makes sense. They're not gonna, throw him with like some black people or some white people or like some Spanish people.
the other guy said, no, he's pretty chill, but you understand he's a double murderer. He killed 2 guys at once. But no, we got along just fine. He's actually quite chill. The most lethal part about him wasn't his murdering, it was his snoring. His snores was really loud. And the
Yeah, you wasn't gonna tell him to be quiet though.
first night, I was like, should I kick him? Or because he's a double murder, might not be a good idea. But the next morning, I told him, look, bro, you know that you were snoring pretty hard. I told him in a pretty friendly way. He said, well, just not try to wake me up, or just try to kick me when I snore. So that's what I did in the future, and we got along just fine. Yeah.
Hey, I respect that. CZ a real thug, man. He served 4 months. Don't play with CZ. All right, now we got something from the Kobeezy letter, and it says annual buy now pay later BNPL transactions volume is expected to reach a record 116.7 billion in 2025. That would be double the 2022 total and 7 times higher than in 2020. BNPL is exploding as consumers are increasingly searching for ways to borrow for spending. A Lending Tree survey showed that 25% of users now rely on BNPL to buy groceries, up sharply from 14% last year. Meanwhile, almost 25% of BNPL users missed at least one payment in 2025, up from 15% in 2021, according to Fed data. Americans are piling on debt like never before. And y'all, man, do not use credit cards. Me personally, I never use credit cards, y'all. I do everything cash. And yeah, I do have, like 2 credit cards, but I do everything cash. And I'm telling you, most people that are my age, they all have debt like thousands of dollars. And it's not from school, because I had a school debt, you feel me? It's from spending money on things that they don't need. Like they said, people buy groceries. People are buying dinners at the restaurants. And on top of that, people are buying equipment that they don't need. My thing has always been, I got to be consistent before I put money into anything. But yeah, we all got different ways of thinking, y'all. Me, I just can't be in debt. That's just not my thing. Now we got a post from Documenting Sailor. Michael Saylor says, the first nation to print their own currency to buy Bitcoin wins. What is he talking about? And let's see, I'm going to put this in a faster speed too.
And the first nation to print money, the first nation to print their own currency to buy Bitcoin wins. Right? Like, Tom, look what MicroStrategy did.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, Michael Saylor is just a huge speculator. To me, he doesn't even understand what decentralization truly is.
We basically issue our own currency, our stock, and we buy Bitcoin. What happened? We went from $1 billion to $100 billion market cap is what happened. Is it inflation? It's only inflation if you print the currency to invest.
I see it like this. He did not believe in Bitcoin around 2013. And then he realized the intrinsic value and the speculations behind Bitcoin. So he said, F it, I'm already a billionaire. Let me throw some money in there. He's seen a good return. And now all of a sudden he start hearing all the crypto YouTubers, all the white papers and everything. Now he's the biggest guy that's promoting Bitcoin. But realistically, when he's promoting Bitcoin and decentralization, that doesn't sound genuine to me, y'all. I'm just being for real.
To make a bad investment, right? If you print the currency to buy something that's appreciating faster than your inflation rate, it's actually accretion.
And I know that Bitcoin is moving better than ICP, but in my opinion, I'm still going to go with the technology. Like I said, I still have Bitcoin that's growing. I tell my family members to get Bitcoin, but I also tell people to get ICP. I also try to educate people on ICP, because I believe this is where the future is going. So now I got my last post of the day. Let's go. And it's from Grim IC. And this is the perfect post to end the day. It says ICP is like fine wine. The longer it matures, the better it gets, right? And we're just sitting at let's see what the price is one more time. We're sitting at a price of $5.87, just shy of $6. Can you really be mad with everything you're getting for $6? Instead of being mad about the price, and this is not financial advice, you should be worried about stacking up ICP or any other cryptocurrency that you want. But hey, I'm not going to be the one to tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. But all I got to say is, if you're not invested into ICP, I don't know what you're doing. Thank you for watching, and y'all bless.